Greetings, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of the Extreme Desert Survival. So in this episode, what I think I'm going to do is focus on defense. I'm going to focus on defense survival. Because I think that's my next big hurdle. I think having the minimum amount of food, although I don't want to stay at the minimum amount of food for very long, I am not likely to die as a result. So now what I'm going to do is try to get some basic, although rudimentary defenses up and running. That is the goal here. Which means probably deadfall traps is at least what I was thinking. So I'm amassing all this limestone and slate. What am I doing? Relax socially? Yeah, that's fine. I want to be able to control the way enemies attack me. And I want to leverage my strengths of base design and the like to be able to protect me. So what I'm going to do here is make sure that no one comes in this direction, which is not a direction I want them coming in on. So I'm going to very inefficiently collect stone. Building a door, and yes, that will attract sappers, but it's better than them just coming in when I'm not ready. I obviously am ravenously hungry, so that's also something I need to address soon. And let's go ahead and just claim the rest of this wall. Because who are we kidding? It's ours. Alright, so now we have that all set up. Next, I'm going to harvest a little early. And let's go ahead and, yep, growth is a top priority. Stop that. Guess I could set up a meal to prohibit eating raw, but I'm just going to do it this way. Alright. He's going to keep trying to eat raw, so because this is a temporary base, I'm not going to put a lot of effort into stockpiling or anything, but let's just say foods as a preferred priority. And that's enough for 3 meals. Ta-da! I have grown my first meal. Okay, so let's resow the area and get that farm back and up and running and productive. That would be the ideal smart thing to do. Okay, next, as I said, I want to control the way they attack me. So, as of right now, they have to run this direction. So what I'm going to do is is that the most efficient way to wall it off? I don't know, but it's the way I'm going to do it. I might not have enough blocks for this. But I can always knock down some other buildings. Because that's my next threat. I've sort of figured out how to manage my heat stroke. I've sort of figured out how to grow my own food. So the next big barrier is security. And I'm planning on implementing deadfall traps and the like, but for them to step into my deadfall traps, I kind of need to control their movement. So the walls out here are going to be exactly that. Oh, a blight. Sorry, Omni, you are not going to sleep in. And then I brought that down because I'm going to do steel stone cutting. Now that I'm up here, let's go ahead and mine the rest of this and then haul it back. Look at my needs. I'm obviously very hungry. Luckily, I have some meals for the first time in a long time. Alright, stone blocks. I think what I'm going to do is initially... What stone do I have at my disposal? So this area is... No, this area is... marble, sandstone, and slate. Okay, I guess I could have looked around and figured that out myself, but... Make slate blocks do forever. Alright, so whatever limestone I'm laying down, I obviously have a limited amount of. So this block and this block won't be limestone. Alright, now we're going to cut some slate chunks, which will allow us to... Oops, even lower. Allow us to protect ourselves. So obviously, you could probably see where I'm going with this. Trying to basically steer them into deadfall traps. That's my plan. We'll put a little slate door here. And that will at least be very, very rudimentary protection from raiders and whomever. So that's my next concern. I kind of have food. I kind of have shelter. What I don't have is raid protection. Now, deadfall traps are not a very economical way of going about defending myself. So that's really not a long-term solution. But it will do in a pinch. So I'll need 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 more stone chunks. So 2 more cuts. That's been happening a lot. The game wants me dead. Alright, so let's get these stone cut, and then we'll get the traps built. And I'll be able to breathe a little bit more easily once that's done. Even just having one trap, I'll be able to breathe a lot more easily. Because even one trap puts the attacker at a massive disadvantage. And possibly dead. Alright. It is possible that they pawed in on top of me. And if that's the case, I'll figure something out. Okay, so that's all set up. Eating raw rice, let's not. Let's go ahead and harvest. You know, I might do the restriction, the food restriction. So let's go ahead and change this to be meals only. Just because he's bothering me. I realize that he's hungry, but eating raw rice is not good for anyone. Alright, let's make sure we get all that planted. Rice is the lifeblood of Omni, living on a rice-only diet. Definitely don't want to dilly-daddle and get him killed because I did not have enough calories in his diet. Let's do a little recreation. And build that last trap. The next raider will have a very interesting time trying to get to us. Or at least that's the hope. Alright, so for the next project, I would like to get a very proper farm up and running. So that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to do some stone cutting and build a very nice proper farm up here. But we're going to need several hundred, not several hundred, but at least a few hundred stone for it. And now that it's getting bright out, I think it's time to do mining. Stone cutting doesn't really benefit from light, but mining does. Mining in the daytime is obviously vastly superior to mining at nighttime. The light levels help out a lot. I shouldn't say vastly superior, but it's superior. Without a doubt. As you can see how much slower I went once we had overhead mountain. It is, no pun intended, night and day speed change here. And yes, I could probably just remove the roof to mine a little bit faster. Maybe next time I'll do that. Oh, Psychic Soothe. Thank you, Cassandra. I don't mind that. Alright, back to a little bit of stone cutting. Although we are racking up a little bit of heat stroke. So for the farm, I'm going to want to do it in one stone only. I'm not going to be a one stone only kind of guy. I just, for individual buildings, I like it mono stone. So sue me. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is initially lay out the farm. This is a, max space farm. And then I'm going to want some coolers, and a door. Do it in steel. So that will be sort of the layout of the farm, and I plan on double insulating it. Probably not all that necessary to do until it is summer, being that it is in the end of winter. It should be cool enough to not matter so much. Feeling pretty good about this puny little base. This was challenging initially, but it plays very differently, significantly differently than it did in Sea Ice, obviously. So I already have the components. Oh, removing roof there. Yeah, let's not do that. I already have the components I need for the AC units. I just need to get the steel. And although it's slower to mine inside, I think I will, just because of the difference in temperature. So we need about 180 plus 25. So a little bit more than 200 steel and cabling and all that for this part of the project. Oh, and we should harvest the rice plant whenever they're ready. So that we can make meals out of it. Alright, and this will allow us to make 6 more meals. I guess what I'm going to do is temporarily high priority cook. And I think I'm going to try to pull the trigger on the big farm now, overnight, and just keep them up a little bit later. Alright, so we also need some roof support. So I'm going to drop a support here. And as much as you want to rest, I don't think I can let you. There's more work to be done. Oh, nice. Grabbing 2 random slate. That's exactly... Okay, maybe I will let him rest. We have a little bit of a food surplus. I might not even have enough slate. Maybe I do. Alright, we'll let some rest go on. Friendly AI ship? Nope, we'll be building our own, but thank you. Alright, so here's the raid. They're going to prepare a while. It's a tribes person. They have ambrosia on them, so they must be an ambrosia addict. They are a brawler, so it's good that I have those traps up. Okay, they're beginning their assault. And he's about to go splat. Alright, Undergrounder, jealous, incapable of caring. Basically, I'm only interested in the drugs, as that will keep me going. Alright, let's get that farm built. I think I've waited long enough. Why did I drag that there? I don't know. I may never know. How much slate do we have? We have 7 slate. I'm going to need to cut a little bit more to get done. So we're going to want food to be grown as soon as we can. So consume a simple meal, cut a few more blocks, or really one more block. Because I don't want to particularly stare at corpses. For now, I will bury him. So we have some serious heat stroke, so what I'm going to do is just lock my guy in here. Rest. Rest will work. I really want that farm built, though. So I'm going to wake him up middle of the night to do it. Food is really, really, really important. Alright, so this is unroofed. Not entirely sure why it's still reading indoors. God. Let's get it done. Okay. Unroofed. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, I guess. Let a little R&R. Let that happen. Let's see if putting those two down there changes the stance of the building. I think it did. It like forgot that it was indoors. I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but I am not concerned anymore. Alright, so we do have indoors now. Let's get this light on. And we can expand hydroponics production. After we rest. So that's a proper farm right there. Psychic Soothe ended. It was good while it lasted. I'm going to want solar power panel research done. Let's change the preferences. We want to construct and mine before research. And just so that we're not barely skating by on the amount of food that we're growing to sustain ourselves, I am working on another basin. And this will be a farm we get to keep and care about for time to come. Alright, reconnect it. And we're going to want to sow that soon. Looking for outdoor metals. Alright, let's go ahead and haul you. And then haul the club. Do we have one more meal? We do. Okay, good. Very well. Very well. Do some underground mining, because it keeps us cool. And I think the next thing that I'm already doing is replacing that spike trap. We'll hide behind spike traps for now, until I feel like I'm a little bit better guarded. Doesn't make me feel super secure. I think because it's midday, what I'm going to do is mine up some of the compacted machinery that's out here. I'll use the light. I'm trying to get the furthest stuff from the base because midsummer it's going to be a lot harder to get stuff that's far from the base. Alright, but let's keep going. Never mind. Looking at my heat stroke, clearly that is not the right choice. I really want to get some basins up to start growing cotton. If I can get a cotton cowboy hat and duster, that would make a huge difference. I'm also going to want to research solar power, because that will help mitigate the amount of wind I need to rely on. And it looks like we're ready to harvest too. So lots of good stuff kind of happen all at once. Consuming a little ambrosia and getting to the plants. Just checking out the world there. Don't ask me why. Didn't really have a reason to do it. Okay. If you want to be working out here, might as well finish what we started. Nope. As you can see, with the sunrise, it gets a lot easier. All right, let's go ahead and ignore roof areas over there. Okay, I'm putting a standing lamp in here just so that we can work a little bit faster when it's nighttime. ahead and haul that to the rice zone. And we will cook once we're awake again. Alright, well that's about it for this episode. As you can see, I mostly focused on security and food security. So, personal security and food security. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback of any type, let me know. Once again, I want to announce that a new series, a community-driven series that requires you to join Discord, will be coming very, very soon. So if you have any interest in that, joining Discord would be the way to do it. If you want to have even more control over the series, you could even become a Patreon member. Really, any level of donation gives you access to that kind of stuff. And I hope you tune in next time. Adios, everybody. And if you're trying this out for yourself, good luck.